Hey everyone, I am here with Peter Gray at the Argo Tea Factory on 7th Avenue in New York City. Peter did the most beautiful Easihair session for our current issue, and I'm going to turn the mic over to Peter and we're going to find out how he got the whole thing together. Hang on, we're switching around. Peter, fill us in.
Nothing like switching and interviewing in a tea shop. Welcome to New York. Do it hard, do it fast. Here we are. Well,
So Peter, tell us about, I know you use extensions frequently in your session work. Tell us about how you created the looks that are in our current issue.
all right. Well, what we set about doing is Paul had asked me to do a shoot using Easihair, and I said, well, why didn't we do a specific shoot? And we set up with a friend to do the shoot. We got a makeup artist, got a stylist, and we basically set aside, and I said it'd be good if we broke it down into a blonde and a brunette. And we wanted to basically do a full story on extensions to show, for Paul, basically, the extensions are there to augment the style. They're not there to make the style. And what we did like really nice before pictures where the girls look great already, rather than these dodgy ones that you often get. And then we added the extensions, and what I wanted to show is how easy it was to style the hair in many, many different ways. So we did a whole series of probably, at least 6 or 7 different styles on each girl each day. So the first day was the blonde, and we started off with something simpler. Then we started doing a full set. I wanted to show that setting agents like mousses and sprays, etc., worked very easily with the tape and extensions. We taped a huge amount of extensions in gradually. We added and added and added, so that the hair basically became amplified. And this was his big thing, was like the amplification of hair rather than it making the style. And I also then wanted to show that you could still take the hair and get a very sleek ponytail without all the bumps, because you don't have to put them horizontally into the head. You can actually change the angles. You can cut them into small sections. You can just use the top section of tape without the underneath section of tape, which makes them even easier to take out if you're doing bang areas or the areas around the sideboards, etc. It was basically just showing the versatility of this way of extending hair.
Were you using a curling iron? Give us specifics.
We used every implement, basically. We used curling irons. We did some pin curls after that. We used a flat iron. I backcombed them to death and back, because that's always the big test with extensions, is when you're backcombing, do they come out? How easily do they come out? And to be honest, I think we lost about 3 or 4, and that's out of about 60. So, when you put in 60 extensions and 3 or 4 come out, it's not a big deal. And especially when you're stacking them that densely. I basically wanted to show a huge amount of hair and show that it didn't weigh the girl down, that she could still put her fingers into her hair. At the end, she walked out with them. One of the girls was just like, I'm not taking these out. And Paul was quite happy for it to go. I mean, you can reuse them. That's the great thing. You can just add a new section of tape, and they work very, very well when you retape them. You can clean them off. When you're removing them, he has an easy fix remover, which removes very, very easily as well. If you're wearing them for an extended period of time, he has an additional glue which you paint on. It's almost like a nail polish, which is a primer, which makes it stick even more toughly. I mean, once you've done that, they really don't come out. You get a good, probably 6 to 8 weeks wear. I mean, they're at grow-out stage then.
Which is your favorite look?
The big hair, always. I think, the big blonde is kind of really my favorite. We had such fun. It was sort of like an old Aragallant tribute, with the card behind the back of the hair, and just pinning the hair out and seeing how big we could get it, and then putting a lot of wind into it. In almost every look we had wind, because that was another thing I wanted to avoid, was this kind of whole big static hair syndrome that's been going on. I wanted to show that it was soft and sexy, and that extensions could feel soft and sexy. I mean, I think there's no point in having extensions if your man can't run his hand through your hair.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. They're beautiful images, and thank you for giving an exclusive to Modern Salon.
No problem. Have a lovely day, Modern.